All right, Cameo. It's time to get into Nerdflix and chill for this week. This is where we talk about the TV shows we've been watching and also give you out some recommendations of what you should be watching this week when you Nerdflix and chill. Cameo also, he's available. He could come to your house, Nerdflix and chill with you.
Yeah.
You just got to contribute to the Kickstarter.
That's right.
Which we will debut soon. And whoever donates the most amount of money will get a visit from Cameo to Nerdflix and chill. And do you stand by this offer, Cameo?
I do stand by this offer. I'll come watch a movie with you.
All right, sweet.
And I will say this. I will, preface this. I don't do any type of demonic movies.
Yeah,
I don't do that. If it is like a scary movie, a slasher type film, be prepared for me to talk, and not like, not being a. See what I saw on Facebook, or not anything like that. Just like, don't do that. Nope. I can't. Why would you do that? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now it's not like, all the time, but those jump at you scares is when it comes out. So.
I find that to be like a lot of fun. Like I like it when you come to the movies with me and see the horror movies that you don't normally watch, and you do have your own reactions to the movie. I find that to be fun. Like certain movies, like if I was gonna go see a Tarantino or a Scorsese movie or something like that, and you were talking the whole way through, I'd be like, get out.
Yeah, no.
But like a horror film, for me, horror films are just a good time anyway. And so like I get to watch it with the Cameo commentary. I'm all for it. So
yeah.
But Cameo, there's a few things this week that I want to talk about. The first is The Bad Batch.
Okay.
It debuted season 2, the first 2 episodes this week on Disney Plus. I watched both episodes. Both episodes were pretty short, to be honest. They were 24 minutes each.
I thought it was me, but it feels like it was a lot shorter than 24 minutes.
I felt like it was a lot longer than 24 minutes. I honestly, to be honest, with this show, I know a lot of Star Wars fans are so excited about this. I can't get into it as much.
I liked the first season. The first season was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But these first 2 episodes, I don't know what it is. And I'm hoping come The Mandalorian, which I strongly doubt that would be pretty bad. Like, all the rest of the Star Wars things that has been coming out. But I will say during the Book of Boba Fett, when Mando came in, that was probably one of the best episodes during that season. But I will say, I'm not 100% sure if, these Star Wars shows need to keep going on.
Yeah, some of them. But again, like one of my nephews, when he saw that they were going to bring the Bad Batch back for another season, he was all excited, like, oh, the Bad Batch. And I was like, really? Really? You idiot? Get out of here. No. No, but because I was trying to watch the first season. I got like 4 or 5 episodes in, and my son Noah actually was into it way more than me. But I thought they were okay. I don't know, whatever it is, like the Clone Wars didn't really get me. Rebels wasn't really my thing. And I've already told you that like I spent a lot of time going through the episodes looking for when Darth Maul was going to be on or when Darth Vader was going to be on or certain things, and watched a lot of those episodes.
Yeah.
And then I watched the final season of Clone Wars because we reviewed it, but I don't really want to watch like this whole season, to be honest. It's just something about the animated that it doesn't really grab me the same as like Mandalorian. I feel like Mandalorian just has better steaks. Not the kind you eat either.
Yeah, I was about to ask. I was like, when did they make steaks on there?
It's
I want a Mando steak.
Well, it's actually Omaha steaks. If you can get a pack of Omaha steaks using the keyword "nerds to men." No, I'm kidding.
At www.where'sthemeatat.com.
We've had 2 sponsorships this show, and neither of them were real, so that sucks. But anyway,
right? One day.
But I don't know. Like I guess what I would have to say is for the diehard Star Wars fans out there, you probably dig it. The animation's cool. There's some cool stuff. At the end, though, there was a little bit of something going on at the end of episode 2, which we won't do any spoilers right now, but I kind of got into that for a second. I was like, okay, let's see where this is heading. And and so, but then as soon as the episode ended, like, and especially with the end of episode 2, a thing for Andor popped up, and I was like, that's why it was reminding me of Andor a little bit. But it's like I almost want to go back and rewatch Andor back to back. Because I feel like there's something I'm missing. Like, I love Star Wars, Cameo. I love the early movies anyway. And like with Andor, I just couldn't get into it. The Bad Batch, I just can't get into it. So I don't know what's missing inside of me. Like maybe I've gone from the light side to the dark side of the Force.
Maybe.
But see, even the Bad Batch, they're kind of like anti-heroes in a way. And that's usually my thing. I'm into anti-heroes and I'm into Star Wars, but I don't know what it is about the animated stuff. It just doesn't grab me as much.
Yeah.
What about the storyline? Do you think that like the storyline might be like more towards children, so it might just be a little more simplistic than what we would normally enjoy? But I think like to me, it's not just that, like, it's not dumb. I don't think that the Bad Batch is dumb. It's not dumbed down anyway.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. It's bringing a younger crowd into the mix.
Yeah. But see, the kids that really love Clone Wars are like my kids, and now they're getting a little older too. But maybe that's what they're trying to do, like you said, go for the younger ones.
Yeah.
The same way they got those. But for me, I prefer the live action. And then there's the people that would say, well, I want all the Star Wars I can get. So,
You're right.
Leave your comments in the comment section on that. Make sure you do. Make sure you like and subscribe, though.
And hit that notification bell.
Yeah. But Cameo,
the latest.
I have a couple recommendations. You have a couple. So we flipped a coin. I won, and I'm going first.
Okay.
Mayfair Witches is on AMC Plus. If you don't recognize the AMC or the Mayfair Witches, you would recognize like Interview with a Vampire by Anne Rice. This is another series of books that she wrote, and that also have they've got one episode out right now, and it doesn't tie in to Interview with a Vampire, the show that they just put out. But there is some cross section between those characters in the books. So I recommend, if you're an Anne Rice fan, Interview with a Vampire fan, Mayfair Witches, AMC Plus. Also, The Last of Us debuts coming up this Sunday, January 15th on HBO. Did you play the game? You didn't play that game, did you?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Okay. I couldn't remember.
I didn't play the second one, the first one, the original.
And then Cameo, this is just a little recommendation I'm going to throw out there on the Peacock Network. You had this Peacock Network too, so let me ask you this. Back in the day, did you ever watch Frasier?
A little bit. I was too young to understand anything.
Yeah.
So I didn't, if I watched it, it was because of my grandma.
I didn't really feel like I was too young, but like when it first came out, I was in high school and that wasn't really like my thing, right? But now that it's on Peacock, I'm like, well, like I've seen episodes mainly like late at night when it'd be like Sunday night, and there'd be like, all the worst shows are on, and then there might be the one good show. And Frasier was like usually on before that one good show. And so nowadays it ain't the same. Nowadays you can watch all this stuff whenever, but I'm talking about back in the day when there was 5 channels, Cameo. Sunday nights were the worst. But
it really was.
Yeah. But Frasier, I would see it and I'd be like, haha, that's funny. And then I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I was in radio. You were on radio.
Mm-hmm.
We should watch this show about this radio guy.
Yeah. And
as I was watching it, my biggest takeaway was, I think this show is super funny. Like now, I really think it's funny because it was a lot more drier humor back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I was wanting like Adam Sandler and stuff.
Something goofy and off the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I noticed was the radio stuff that they do isn't like over the top. Like a lot of times I'll see stuff and be like, that's not like, he doesn't even have the mic potted up or this or that.
Right.
And like, I think that some of the stuff they do is pretty funny when it's the radio world that's presented because he works there. Now, the only thing, Cameo, and you'll probably agree with this when you think about it. Do you remember the apartment he lived in that you could see like the Seattle skyline and on an AM radio station salary? No. I'm not believing that at all. And then you can afford to have Daphne around all the time? Daphne, she was...
What year is this taking place?
94 to 2004, I think, or somewhere. 2007. I think the show was on a long time. Think about this. He started playing Frasier in 1984 on Cheers. Remember Cheers? I wasn't a huge big fan of Cheers, but it was on.
Cheers.
I remember it was on a lot.
Yeah.
But he was on. So he played Frasier for almost for maybe over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's nuts.
That is nuts. So I was trying to think of like a nuts sponsor we could throw in there that doesn't exist.
Planners
exists, but they won't be our sponsor. But no, so anyway, check out Frasier, Cameo. I've been watching it. Plus, Gog tells me that Kevin Smith was also a huge Frasier fan, and he does like a whole talk salad and scrambled eggs podcast about Frasier.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, if the King Kevin Smith decreeth that it is goodeth, then I shall watch it. There you go, Cameo. There you go. You know what's up. All right, that's the last of mine, Cameo. You hit us with your recommendations, and then we're going to get on out of here.
Okay, so these first 2 are on Netflix. White Noise with Adam Driver, Don Cheadle, Andre 3000, and there's somebody else I can't think of off the top of my head. But yeah, it's based off of a book / play, and it was strange. Basically, what's going on is it focuses around Adam Driver's family. There's like a crazy chemical cloud that is like killing people, and then just like everyday family stuff. I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's him navigating his life, and it's like almost like it was kind of witty because it was like a fast pace, like they're talking fast paced. They're almost kind of talking in riddles half the time. And it's just like bang, 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 bang. And you're like, if you're not keeping up, then you're going to be losing out on some things, which I lost out on some things because I couldn't keep up half the time. But from what I did catch, I did like it. Nice. Strange and weird, but it was pretty good. This other one is The Lost Patient. And this centers around a guy. The first scene is you see a kid walking up sees sees through a glass door, and people are dead. Nobody knows what's happening. There was, it's like the show is doing, I say show, the movie is going back and forth through, present day, and then the past. So you're basically getting the pieces of the story, and you got to make sure, you're also following along. But, in the end of the movie, you know exactly what's going on. It's a French movie, and it's called The Lost Patient. You can watch it in dubs, or you can watch it in subs. So, yeah.
I prefer subs over dubs.
Subs?
Yeah.
That's how I am with my anime and foreign films. Like, what was that movie I was just watching? Oh, Jackie Chan's Police Story.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite Jackie Chan movies. And it's on HBO Max. So it's an old Jackie Chan movie. I think it was in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. But that movie's pretty good. So check that one out. Police Story 2. But yeah, I do like subs on some of my movies. But the movie that I cannot wait for to come out is the new Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy movie.
Oh, really? People. What's it called?
Yeah, it's You People. January 27th. That's coming out on Netflix. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. And look, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, Brad, go check it out. I mean, it's probably it's probably what you would expect.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, Lauren London is in there along with Nia Long. Lauren London is the daughter of Nia Long and Eddie Murphy. Jonah Hill is the son of Julia Louis-Dreyfus and David Duchovny.
Okay. Nice.
So yeah. So that's a nice, decent, well-known people in this upcoming movie. But also my last recommendation is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. You got kids, you got a family, it's great. And the animation is different than what it used to be from the original Shrek movies.
Yeah.
So it kind of threw me off. It kind of reminded me of the old style animation with the Into the Spider-Verse animation. But yeah, that is my recommendations for this week.
All right. One other one I wanted to mention real quick that I would not recommend.
Okay.
Christian Bale has one, and I wouldn't not recommend it so much as just it didn't grab me. It's called The Pale Blue Eye on Netflix. And
okay.
He's a gruff investigator, and he's teaming up with Edgar Allan Poe, and I was kind of like, that sounds cool, but it didn't. I don't know. There's some movies that just ain't gonna compete with the cell phone. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of them, I think. So that's
yeah. Okay. Oh, there's one more. There is one more. I haven't seen it yet, but the new Jonathan Majors movie, Devotion, about the Navy pilot, is out on Paramount Plus right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
So check that out if you have Paramount Plus.
Will do. Well, that's a party, and we're gonna wrap it up and get to the after party, Cameo. That's where and you do the most damage, is at the after party. There's a few things you don't do. You don't leave food around radio salespeople, and you don't let radio people into the after party.
No, because I'm telling you, we're shutting it down.
We're gonna tear it up. So as always, Cameo,
keep it nerdy.
Hey